A number of people, and certainly a number of women that I speak with about dating situation, seem to find themselves in this place of liking somebody and investing into someone that has no intention of being in a relationship with them. So they end up being in this, whether it's situationship or extremely long talking stages, where they're hoping that this guy would change his mind and actually commit to them. Okay. And I just want to talk about how to avoid that kind of situation, things you can put in place to help you avoid that situation. What is going on, people? Josh Love Talk here. Hope you guys are doing well. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. I'm Josh. I talk about dating, relationships, how to date better, and how to get the relationships you're looking for. If you've been rocking with me for a while, thanks for joining, thanks for tuning in, and welcome back. This is where I want to start. It is possible for a guy to like you, tell you all the right things, do the right things. So whether it's taking you out, speaking with you regularly, sleeping with you, seeing you, sharing stuff with you, but he is not interested in commitment. He doesn't have the capacity to commit, whether because he's already in a relationship, he just doesn't want a relationship for now, or he doesn't see you as the person he wants to commit to. And sometimes that is difficult for some women to understand. The mistake I keep seeing and keep hearing over and over again is you guys are investing in situations and creating attachment based on signs and promises as opposed to actual commitment. If you want to avoid wasting your time, you have to manage your investment. Of course, we're human beings. We all have emotions. We have feelings. We feel attraction. We feel connection, chemistry. And we, as human beings, we're going to act based on that. But at the same time, we also have to be conscious of how much we put out there, how much investment we make, how attached we become to the situation. Because the thing is, as soon as you start investing, you are going to get attached. If you don't put boundaries in place, if you don't put yourself in a position where you can walk away when things don't look the way they should, you're going to find yourself in this problem. Boundaries put people in a position of decisions. I need to say yes or no. And that is the key thing. That for me, that is probably the most important thing, to not have this elongated talking stage and not find yourself wrapped up in situationships. And you need to set your boundaries as early as possible. As soon as you know that this is somebody you like, and this person is also showing you that they're feeling you, you need to put those boundaries in place. Okay, for example, it could be something as, you know what, I don't do long talking stages. Okay, we can talk, get to know each other, but I want to know in X amount of time. I always say 3 months, but whatever your time is, I want to know by this time if this is it or not. So if I don't see any sign of commitment, or if I don't see commitment by this stage, I'm going to be out. What does that do? It means by that stage, he needs to decide if it's a yes or if it's a no. Sadly, sometimes it is going to be a no. And this is where not forming the attachment matters. Because if you're attached to somebody, you don't want it to be a no. So you would not even put in the boundaries in the first place. And that is the danger. Because where there is no boundary, you will just keep living in hopefully, maybe, and that can take as long as possible because you no longer have the power. It's now in his hands to decide whenever he feels, if he feels like making anything of the situation. And once again, this is how you end up in long talking stages. This is how you end up in situationships. Some of you put in boundaries but don't follow through. When I used to work in sales, there is this saying, if somebody will compromise once, they will compromise twice. So the moment you put in a boundary and you don't follow through on your boundary, he knows he has you where he needs you to be. And once again, that's a dangerous game to play. Once you put your boundary, you have to follow through, even if it kills you. It's about principle. Even if it kills you, you have to follow through, which also means you should think about your boundaries properly before you put them in place. So if you're saying 4 months is my limit, I can't do past 4 months. If we're talking regularly for 4 months and you cannot decide that this is a relationship, then I just take it as you don't want me. If that is your boundary, at the point of 4 months, you have to start walking away from that situation. You have to walk away from that situation. Because if after 4 months, and he comes up with, you know what, I told you, just give me time, I'm going through this, just bear with me, I'm going to make it happen. And then the next day, you're back in his bed. The next day, you're talking to 12 a.m. He knows he has you. There is no need for him to make that commitment. Because all he needs to keep doing is keep coming up with excuses or reasons that are believable enough for you to stay in that situation. And that's what's going to keep happening. It's going to be one event after the other until he decides whether he wants to or not. You have to follow through with boundaries. And the last thing is be prepared to walk away. This is the tough thing. This is a tough thing to do. You have to be prepared to walk away. And when somebody knows that you are not scared to walk away, they treat you differently. The people that put you on this roundabout of talking stages are people that know that you're not leaving. People that know you're not leaving would prolong the talking stage for as long as they want to, because they know you are not going anywhere. You can shout, you can get angry, you can talk about, yes, I'm tired of this. They know you're not going anywhere. They just need to take you out on a date. They need to give you some good, you know what I'm talking about, and you be quiet. You'll be back there again. So these are the people that keep you in this roundabout. People that know that you would leave would decide. Once again, they can decide that they don't want anything to do with you, they don't want commitment, but at least you know. And this is what I'm just big on. Just knowing where you stand so you're not wasting your time. So many people are in this situation where they don't know where they stand and they're hoping. And they end up wasting so much time. It's better to be by yourself. And I know you're going to say it's easier for me to say, but really and truly, I believe it's better to be by yourself and find somebody that is serious about you than being in a situationship where you don't know where you stand. Today might be you, tomorrow it can be somebody else. If you put the steps in place and you follow through, your talking stages, you wouldn't even get into a situationship, because before it becomes a situationship, you're gone. Your talking stages would be so much more efficient, and you would have less problems. Don't get it wrong, there will always be douchebags. There would always be men. Don't get it wrong, there will always be men that have their own agenda. You cannot get away from that. But it would not be so bad. Okay? And that's my video, that's my tip for today. If you want to drop me an email or you want to share some dating situations with me, you can send it to my email. It's going to be in the caption, joshlovetalk@gmail.com. As always, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the next one.